what we do here is go back.
There we go. I think that is working. Is that working? Yeah, kind of looks like it's working. Hopefully it's working. Sound check, 1 2 1 2. Is anybody out there hearing me? I've got a new microphone, so things have obviously, something's going to go wrong. Something always goes wrong whenever I change something. So let's see if anyone can hear. Let us know in the chat. Riley says hi. Visuals okay? Well, obviously apart from this, but in general, is the visuals okay? And the audio okay? Mick Wood says, sounds good. Ugly Bob says, check you out, you mahogany god, lol. That's some colour. I think it's the, yeah, actually, I have got a bit, haven't I? Yeah. I've been out in the garden today, actually doing some proper, actual gardening work. Real work. Oh, aching now. Everything hurts. And it will do tomorrow, definitely. Mark Point says you're looking sunburned. I know, it's getting worse as well. Hey ho. Nick Barnes says YouTube warning, sound only Bristolians. Yeah, what's the sound like? Does it sound okay? The new microphone is the new Boya microphone, which doesn't require batteries, so it's never going to go flat. I might still run over the cable, that's definitely a thing, and Poppy definitely might still eat the cable, so that is potentially going to happen. But yeah, hopefully it's, hopefully it's, Willie Bob says, sounds grand, excellent. Ugly Bob says, all the Q-Link rubbing in the world won't stop that from peeling in a few days, lol. I'm actually really lucky. I don't generally peel, and don't, even if the skin burns a bit, it doesn't peel or dry out. I'm quite lucky in that respect. Anyway, so it is something or other, what, Saturday, 21st of May, 2022. Add the 2 on the end, that's important bit. Otherwise we're all time travelling back to a time when, well actually, what would we have done 2 years ago? 2 years ago we would have been in lockdown. And we'd have all been sunburnt as well. And probably half pissed. So, yeah, it's probably not a lot of change for a lot of you out there. Not a lot has changed in 2 years. Some of you have probably put on a few pounds. I know I have, that's for damn sure. Mostly down to William Bodie sending us chocolates. And Ugly Bob as well. And those others that contribute. It's all your fault. I'm blaming you all. So, yeah, so everything seems to be working. Excellent. Yes, everything looks good. Excellent. So we will progress. What's I say? Ugly Bob saying 2 years ago, I'd have been drunk waiting for the live stream to start. Times don't change. So I was really struggling today. Genuinely, actual struggling. Thinking, what the am I going to talk about in the stream? Like, obviously there are things in the news which people have covered, and you've probably seen videos left, right and centre, because there's basically nothing really going on. Yeah, we've got a couple of new processors, we've got new processors on the way, new graphics cards on the way, allegedly. Graphics cards are getting cheaper, things are getting cheaper, some things are getting more expensive, some things you can't buy. It's just basically been that for the last 2 years. So, going back to a stream we did a little while back where we were talking about retro games and how I enjoyed retro games. And sometimes playing modern games, you kind of lose track of what it's actually all about. Most of the time now it's all about, wow, how many K is that screen? It's an 8K screen and it's got 15 billion pixels. Each one of them is rendered and shaded and ray traced beyond an inch of its life. but actually does that make a difference? Now for some people obviously it does, because it's like watching a movie these days. But I was going through the cupboards and I was looking at my old box of games, and I'm trying to make some room here. We are struggling for room, genuinely, and I've got to start thinking about what's going to go into the loft eventually, what is going to go to recycling, what's going to go to the tip, what can I give away, all that kind of stuff. And I thought, I know, that'd be quite an interesting thing to talk about on the stream, because most of the people in the stream at some point or other are of a, I would say, a similar age or a similar generation, or have been through similar era of computing that I have and Kath have. So I've got our old box of PC games. Now it is limited purely to PC games. We're not going to go down the route of Sinclair, Commodore, all those kinds of things, Auric, Tandy, TRS. We're not going down that route. It's just going to be PC games that we've actually gone out and bought, which these days is a really weird thing to do. People don't go out and buy games unless you're buying physical media, maybe for an Xbox or PlayStation, that sort of thing. Most PC games now, it's a Steam download, Steam key, Microsoft Xbox Game Pass. Pretty much everything's digital. So it's really nice to actually look at some of the old games, look at what they came with, actually hold a CD, look at an instruction manual. An instruction manual for a game. Who would have thought it? Back in the day when you could actually buy a golf game and open up the manual and find out how the hell you're supposed to hit the ball and how you're supposed to change clubs. Those days are long gone, my friends. These days, a game instruction is basically you walk in and it comes on the screen. Smash the B button. Okay, I've done that. What next? Now go over there. Okay, now mash the A button. Okay, done. These instructions are really helpful. Not very intuitive. Anyway, moving on. Also, I've got my my box of tricks here. This is basically a box of old PC shit.
That's technical.
That is the technical term. PC shit, which I really should probably chuck out. But there's some things in here which I don't want to, because I know at some point they're either going to become incredibly expensive or impossible to buy, or just something which I'll be like, oh, if only I'd have kept that. So we'll have a look through my my box. There's not much of a secret of this actually, is it? Because I just realised the box is actually transparent, so you can pretty much see all the crap which is in there. And it is crap. There's an invoice in there for something, so I'm not even sure what that is for. It's going to be interesting. I'm going to look at the invoices actually and see what the prices are, because they're, well, actually let's go through some of the bits in here. Or should I say hello to those of you that are joining? I should say hello first, shouldn't I really? Let's say hello. Let's get out of the way, because some of you have been waiting a long time. Ugly Bob says, evening you filthy animals. Paul Bakewell says, good evening to you and Bob. Who else? Matthew Day says, oh my god, I forgot it was Saturday. I've probably got enough bits to make Mike a Midtown Madness Resurrection PC. I seriously want to build a retro PC. I don't think there is a really kind of super flexible way of doing it in a virtual machine. I would quite like to do it in a virtual machine to have PC emulation of an old school PC, but I don't think it's something which is going to be easy to do. So hardware I think is going to be the way to do it. I wish I had the room, because I would definitely have a retro PC set up somewhere. It just is one of those things you have to have. But having a retro PC brings along with it all those things that we've kind of pulled away from, such as noisy power supplies, noisy fans on the CPU, ridiculous power draw for basically very little output, CD-ROM drive noise, floppy drive noise. How good is floppy drive? I just love the sound of a floppy drive. And a dial-up modem. Most people don't even have a landline in their house these days, so that's not going to be an easy one to do. I wonder if not Fast Host. Who was the freebie one you could connect to? There used to be like free internet connections you could use, wasn't there?
Free serve?
Free Serve, that was it, wasn't it? Free Serve, yeah. It got bought by PC World, didn't it? Yeah. Then I think it became Orange. Did Orange buy it?
I'm not sure.
I'm not too sure either. Anyway, where else I do it now? Let's talk to the people. Matthew Day, I went and bought a Q6600 for another one of my Rex. I wish I had the room for the Rex, I really do. Bob says you have an online boot sale. It might turn into that. If there's anything actually, if we go through this and there's anything that anybody actually wants that I feasibly am not going to use, then yeah, you can basically have it, because I have no need for it as far as I know at the moment. So that is a possibility. There's a super chat coming in from Bob for £10. What's he put a bid on? The sound of a Spectrum game loading up. My childhood summed up right there. Me too. Me too, definitely. Beep, 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 beep. There you go, there's £10 worth. Sound effects built in on this bad boy. See, I've had far too much sun, my head's not working. Oh dear, I haven't even started drinking yet. I probably should. Thank you, Bob, for the super chat. God bless you. Rick H is with us. Paul Bakewell says, I love a boot sale. I gotta be honest with you, I do love a boot sale. Today, funny enough, actually, we don't really go out much, myself and Kath, as you guys probably know if you're long time viewers, listeners, watchers, whatever, you lot. You probably know that we don't go out a lot, and we actually went out to a local artisan market, which basically was people tattling off their old shite. It was generally crap, I'll be honest with you. They put the word artisan in to make it sound like a upmarket car boot sale, and it was really a down market car boot sale, if I'm completely honest with you. There was stuff there which I would have quite happily thrown in the bin, yet they managed to box it up, put it into a bag, and then set up a tent to try and flog it under. Incredible. These people have got no morals. There's another super chat from our good friend O'Reilly. Says, do not get rid of an internal sound card mic. You never know when you might need it. That is, yeah, that is on the list. It's definitely on the list. Anyway, so the artisan market today in Page Park in Staple Hill, which is local to us, it was rubbish, to be fair. There was two, maybe three stalls which I think were decent. One of them was the Cozy Cafe. If you're watching, Cozy Cafe, hi. And the other one was Gingerbeard sauces, which, thank you, Kath. He actually gave us a discount thing. Gingerbeard's preserves. Christ, that's hard to say. 10% off your first online order using code FLYER10. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud, actually. But yeah, local company, and looks like it's some very good stuff. Nice hot sauce. I'm actually considering seeing if they will do a custom blend Mub hot sauce, which we can then send out to patrons and subscribers and stuff, possibly. Who would like that? Some Mub hot sauce to rub into their meat. Moving on.
Good.
Moving on from there quickly before we get arrested. Where are we here? Rick H is with us, says, hope all is well. Ow, feck. There's a bit of wood. I was making, ow, look at that. That's an actual splinter. Can you see that? Let me put it against the dark background. Look at the size of that bloody splinter. I don't know if you can even see that. That's some painful shit. That's Kath's fault. She wants to grow cabbages, so I've had to make like a frame to put some mesh on so butterflies don't eat them, or something like that.
Lay eggs in them.
That was actually genuinely painful. I'm going to put that splinter out there and keep that for prosperity. I might be able to make a shelf out of that. Ugly Bob says it's going to be like multicolored swap shop. Yeah, I've brought the mahogany. There's another super chat. Oh, who's that coming from? Like, it's not coming up at the top. I've got to scroll all the way down, making me scroll. Twisting? My tongue isn't working in my teeth today. Tristan G, $2 says, tech words, flog, no shite. Mike keeps it real. I do kind of try to. I'll be honest with you. It was a 64-bit splinter. It had a lot of bandwidth. Let's say hello to some more of you. Let's get called on. Bob says I think it's called a flea market. There probably was fleas in there, to be honest. Mark Berry says hi, Mike and Kath. How you doing? Dutch Jan, Stuart Cleary says, what's up, techie people? Rick H says, my favourite Saturday night hangout. You sad, sad man. It's my favourite one as well, but then I would be slightly biased. Antonio La Speranza. I think I actually pronounced that properly then. Says, good evening all, how you doing? Dutch Jan says, good topic for now. I'm planning to build an Ivy Bridge PC for all games. Ivy Bridge, that's new. That's positively modern. O'Reilly says, from that thumbnail, probably already been said, but either a PCI or a ISA sound card is actually PCI. If you can say which card it is, I'll be impressed. I'll give you a quick visual in the dark. There you go. That's all you're getting. There's another super chat, which, why is it not appearing on my screen? YouTube's broken again. Scrolling. Ugly Bob, £2. Now pull four turtles from under the table. I wish I could. There'll be cabbage butterflies. Let's get back up. Who else is with us? Lucky Man, how you doing? Aletto's with us as well. Sounds spiffy. Excellent. Paolo, so good evening, Mike and Kath. Hope you're both doing well. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. How you doing, Kath?
I'm cool.
She's cool. Matter of opinion, but she says she's cool. Our daughter probably wouldn't agree because we do humiliate her. She actually came to the park with us today, and I don't think we didn't embarrass her, did we?
No, don't think we did.
We did try at some point, I expect.
I think before we went, we did. I did.
Yeah.
What about you?
Mark Point says, sounds clear but a little loud, I guess. That is, I'll be honest with you, the camera at the moment is set to the very lowest gain setting that is actually possible on the camera. There's no more adjustment. It's basically on 0.5. The next step down is mute. So yeah, that is the best I can do. It is a little bit on the loud side, I think. From editing some of my videos, it does sound a bit more boomy and a bit more, there seems to be a bit more presence to it. It's almost the polar opposite of a kind of a DJ mic, where you'd sound like very compressed, like a DJ on the radio. A DJ.
Face for radio.
I have a face for radio. No, yeah, I probably do. Noah's with us, says, I'm back in the chat for the first time in so long. How you doing, Noah? Long time no see. Gary's with us. Hi, Mike and Kath. Sound is very good. Raining in Illinois. So tuned in for the stream. Good old Illinois. Deathstroke's with us as well. How you doing, Deathstroke? Really random reviews. Everman says, do you remember Jet Set Willy on the Spectrum 48K? I do remember Jet Set Willy. Do you remember Jetpack? Jetpack was a great game. I preferred Jetpack than I did Jet Set Willy. Jetpack was the game where you started off and you were basically like a jet man, and there were a couple of levels each side, and they would drop down parts of the rocket, so you'd have to go along, get the part of the rocket, lift it up, then drop it into the middle, and then as soon as the rocket would assemble, you'd then advance to the next level. I love that. It was one of the first games that actually had a real sense of kind of physics, because you were always being drawn to the bottom of the screen because of gravity. So you had your jet to offset that. And I love those sorts of games. Those were true games of skill, in my opinion, because you had to carefully balance the thrust against gravity. I love games like that because that is proper pure skill. Much like some of the driving games of yesteryear, where there was actual physics involved and you could drive a car like you were supposed to drive a car. The total opposite of like the kind of arcade racers of modern times, I guess you'd say. Ian W says, Manic Miner and Jet Set Willy. Manic Miner I never got into. I don't know why. I don't know how I managed to miss that, but I did. Aletta says, I hate the digital age. I've got to be honest with you, I'm kind of getting that way. Aletta says, I miss games on DVD. Yeah. I've got to be honest with you, I miss piracy. There, I said it. Like proper actual piracy, where you'd get a CD-ROM, you'd put it in a drive, you'd burn it, stick it into another computer, and you'd play a game. Proper, actual, decent piracy. None of these cracks, hacks, and stuff like that. Literally just a physical CD, which you go, ooh, record, thank you, Nero, boom, into another computer, play a game. absolutely brilliant. Probably shouldn't say that. Buy games, kids. Piracy's bad. Unless you're young and you can get away with it. If you're under 18, I think it's not a felony. So you can probably get away with it. But don't take my legal advice. Or financial advice for that matter. Welly Bob says, we love PC shit. Yeah, right on, we do. Oh dear. Tristan says, that's a small box. I have 3 times that much PC shit. This is my kind of almost for the bin pile. If you could come in this room and you'd see, yeah. I feel like Han Solo in the garbage thing being crushed and slowly the walls are coming in on you, and that's what it feels like in here.
But that's life in general.
That's just life, yeah, it is absolutely life. Mike, Willie Bob says, what's in the box, Mike? There are things, many things. Matthew Day says, I have old routers. Oh shit, I'm glad you said that. Thank you, Matthew Day. Sorry. Carry on amongst yourselves. Someone on Facebook Marketplace was asking about a router I got for sale. I'm glad you said that, because I haven't actually answered, because I'm an ignorant bastard like that. Oh no, it doesn't appear that they've replied. No. Oh well. They said, would I take a £5 for it? It's like, yeah, whatever, take it away. Because if not, it's going to end up in this box and get chucked in the bin. Moving on. Nicholas Barlow says, good evening everyone from the USA. How you doing, Nicholas? Dutch Jan's with us, 56k modem. I thought I had one of those in here. I don't believe I do. Waldo135 says, hi Mike, I posted on Discord. I'm getting an issue with my controller. I changed cables and still getting the controller disconnected. Weird, because that if I use wireless, is it working okay? Yeah, I'm not too sure. I've not got a lot of experience with Xbox, the modern Xbox controllers. I need the slightly older ones, so I'm not too sure. Where's the adjuster on this chair? There it is. Can't get comfortable. Ugly Bob says, lol, that's going on a GIF later. What? What did I do? Oh, was it the loading screen face? It's like my sex face, but noisier.
Noisier.
Tristan G says, by the way, I'm going to build a new system. Awesome, like it. Ryzen 7 5800X, good choice. 5900 XT, good choice. MSI X570 Tomahawk motherboard, good choice-ish. Corsair 3600 MHz, Be Quiet Deep Rock 2 Pro cooler, and SSD 240 gig, and blimey, you're not pissing around, are you? With a 5800X on a 6900 XT, you will definitely be able to go into the toilets and piss with the big boys. You really will. What? I can say that, can't I?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. Hi, old man Withers. Cassette and a Commodore 16 and 64. Those were great. Those little Commodore 64 and 16 and VIC-20 cassette add-ons that you just plugged in the back, they were awesome.
They were so rounded.
They were rounded and very kind of... They almost look like the LaCie portable hard drives of the kind of mid-90s. They were excellent. Old man Withers, did you start early this week or am I late? I actually started a little bit early, but then also a little bit late as well, because I generally tend to do that. Ugly Bob says, Imatep approves. Imatep definitely does. William Bodie says, first, now I see it, Mike looks like the old Egyptian priest. Oh, here we go. Captain Meat says, Mike has wood under the table. There is actually wood. In fact, there's actually some really long, thin wood underneath the table. Mostly laminate flooring. Right, let's fast forward a bit. Benny Hill is with us. Insomniac, how you doing? Dulsan, greetings from Serbia. How are you? Good, good, good. Lucky man. After the watershed, you can say piss as much as you want. Excellent. Ugly Bob says, my CBM64 came with an internal soccer cartridge included, with international soccer. Sorry. Good stuff. Right, okay. I think I've caught up. That'll do. Let's take a look at what's in the box. It's like unboxing, but a bit shitter. The first one, this is actually something which I spent ages trying to get. This is a dual DVB-T TV tuner card. Well, a USB version. So what this does is you plug in a aerial. Now, for those of you not old enough to remember, that if you look outside your house, look up on the top, you'll see this metal pointy thing with little spikes on. It isn't a bird rest. It's actually a television aerial for receiving terrestrial signals and digital signals and brainwaves and other forms of propaganda. You would take a lead from that said aerial into your house, near your computer, and you'd have one of these bad boys, which, no, actually this come with an internal antenna. Has anybody ever in the history of the world, unless you live next door to a transmitter, has anybody ever managed to get digital TV signal on one of these internally? I think I know the answer, definitely. The answer is wholeheartedly no. Come on, where is it? So when TV was a thing, you could plug in your antenna into this little bad boy here and plug this USB into your computer, and in Windows 7 or Windows XP or any of the Media Center of editions, they kind of got rid of it in Windows 8, which was a bit of a nose, to be fair. You could actually run Windows Media Center and it would download all the program information. You could scroll down through, and they actually had a Windows Media Center remote control, which I have actually got in here, which was part of this whole kit. If I can find it. Oh, it better be in here. There's the receiver for it. So Microsoft, when they were trying to get into TV and having their kind of computer as being the center of your digital home. Sorry. It's in here somewhere. Come on. Find the end. That's what she says. There's actually a VGA cable in there. I needed one of those the other day for something. Oh my god. This is why you should always wrap up your cables. This was designed so you could actually put this receiver on top of your TV if your PC wasn't even almost in the same room. The cable is ridiculous. 1, 2, 3. It's like 3.5 meter cable. It's huge. Anyway, that is the receiver. Where's the remote control? It's in here somewhere. Yeah. Oh, I can't find the remote control now. Where has that gone? I'm sure that was in here. I bet it's fallen out of the box. No, because there is other things. Well, basically, you'd have a remote control, something like this, like a normal traditional TV remote control. And you could basically aim it at your Microsoft receiver, and you could watch and use your computer as a television. You go through, look at the channel listings, you could set guides, you could record it. Yeah, Kath used to use it all the time. You should have, like, you see little red dots everywhere for programs you were recording. Now with most of them, they were single tuners, so you could only watch one thing. But if you had a dual one, you could watch something and record something. If the more tuners you added, the more things you could record. So if there was like 4 programs on at the same time that you wanted to record, then you'd have to have 4 tuners. It was a fantastic thing. Literally on a night time, I'd have a twin tuner in my PC, Kath would have a twin tuner in her PC. She'd be sat on that side of the room watching program and recording another. I'll be sat there watching a program and recording another. It was happy days. Didn't need a TV. And that's why we basically never used the other room, because we always watched TV in here. But this was something which, when they started phasing out support for it, it worked with Windows 7. and then after that it kind of died a death. It was good. Windows had a specific Media Center edition which was really good. Windows XP, Windows 7, Vista, it worked in Vista as well. But I guess now it's kind of got to the era where streaming is kind of the big thing nowadays, so you don't necessarily need these sort of things. So I suppose really, if anybody wants one of these, that's the Peak one. Which was that? Is that one? That one? Yeah. These always came with remote controls, and they never ever got used. So if anybody wants a dual tuner for their PC, and they've got Windows Media Center or a emulated version of Windows Media Center or something, then definitely let me know, because I would love for this to go to a good home. Because like I said in the thumbnail, it's too good to chuck out. There's bound to be somebody out there somewhere that wants to use it. I'm not even sure if Windows Media Center even works anymore, or whether it download the program guides or anything, but yeah.
I don't think it did, because
it was quite expensive, and this one I had to buy because it was one of the few that was actually supported officially by Microsoft Media Center. Right, what other junk have I got in here? I'm just looking through, there's so much junk. Let's have a look at your questions. Nice cable management, yeah, it is, isn't it? This is because anything that I ever need, like in a haste, I run upstairs, find this box, grab what I need, and then just chuck it all back in. And I very, very rarely, if ever, consider cable management, but I'm considering it now. I probably should have considered it a while back. There's a USB extension. There is that another one the same? Yeah, that is another one. That is the other K-ruled one of those. So I got 2 of those, so I could potentially have 4 things going at the same time. You do need 2 aerials, which is why I had this as well. So this is an aerial splitter. So you'd have your aerial feed going into there, and it splits into 2. So then I'll have 2 aerials going into basically 2 of these tuners.
Could I have 2 of those in mine?
You did at one point, yeah.
I couldn't record enough crap.
But you got to the point where you couldn't actually record things very well, because unlike like a USB hub, I suppose it is like a USB hub, but the signal would degrade. So if you connected up more and more TV boxes or more things on your TV antenna, the signal got gradually worse. So yeah, it ended up being not great. So there is, that's that's another one. There's another one in here somewhere. I should get rid of these cables. Like, when do you actually use TV cables now?
Don't you use TVs?
Coax cable is like, when do you ever need it? You don't really, do you? I'm trying to see there. I'm sure there's another one in here somewhere. There must be. Oh, and there was the other internal aerial, which is basically just little bits of rubber. And another remote control. That's for the Peak one, which is in here somewhere. I was really into the TV stuff. So there's drivers for one, Peak. Oh, Otim. That is for the diffuser. Don't need that anymore. That can go in the bin. Otim Smart Aromatherapy Diffuser. I knew I kept the receipts and stuff for that. How to work it. Mobi TV Dual. God, there's more of them. So there's about 3 or 4 different driver discs there. So I'm sure there's a few more of those TV capture cards. There's another remote control. Oh, another internal aerial, which will not work, obviously. Where is the actual thing? Oh, there is a remote control receiver for the ones that didn't support the Microsoft remote. There isn't actually that much junk in here, I'm surprised to say. Aha! Come here. And there's another antenna. Don't want that one. And there is another Mobi TV Dual TV tuner. USB and another TV tuner. So there's like, there's 3 of them already. I'm sure there was another one in here. A load of junk. Right, there's a receipt here from Scan International. Scan Computers. What have I actually bought there? I don't really remember buying much from Scan. So, Black Friday deal, 500 watt EVGA 80 plus power supply.
What date?
The
guess the price.
Right, the date is says December. This is 2015. See if you can guess how much on Black Friday I paid for a EVGA 500 watt 80 plus bronze rated power supply. That is actually quite cheap for 2015. Matthew, did I see an old webcam in there? There is actually an old webcam. I wonder if it actually works. That's an old Trust webcam. I don't know where I got that from. I reckon someone must have gave me that.
Didn't I have that on my PC for
I wouldn't have bought it. Lucky Man says 15 quid. O'Reilly says 80. Benny Hill says 26. 350. Ugly Bob. 30 quid. 89 quid. 40, even lower. 35. Tristan G says 2015. That was last entry. You paid US $89, my guess. The actual price on Black Friday in 2015 for a 500 watt EVGA 80 plus bronze rated power supply was £16 and 66 pence plus VAT. VAT was £3.33, thus making it £19 and 99 pence. How cheap is that?
Is that back in the day when you could get deals on Black Friday?
That was when Black Friday was actually pretty decent. So that would have been, I'm sure that would have been half price. I'm sure it was 50, they were normally £40 or £45 and they did them for like $19.99. So that was Scan. Wow, that's impressive.
Do you still have that PSU?
Do you still have that PSU? I don't think so. I'd love to know where it is now. And I wish I'd have bought more. I did have to pay £5 carriage though. So that sucks. Right, that can go in the bin. What else did I buy?
The plastic box is worth more than the crap in it.
It is actually. The plastic box probably would sell for more, especially when you went to IKEA. What is that? Black Friday. That's the same thing. I don't need that either. That can go in the bin. Right, Novatech. So this is a Novatech sales invoice. Cool, blimey, this is going back. This order was picked on the 23rd of the 11th, 2012. And it was for a Novatech Power Station 400 watt modular power supply. Now this is 2012, so 80 plus ratings didn't really come into things, or at least it wasn't as much as a thing back then. Can you guess how much I paid 3 years earlier for a Novatech branded Power Station 400 watt modular power supply? I did actually buy a Novatech Vulcan case at the same time. I remember exactly why I bought that as well. I didn't really need it, but I had to get it, and I was in Cardiff at the time. Wow. £4.20 says Bob, 25 quid, 45 quid, 3.99, 19.99, 40 quid.
Flame was 4 months old.
I'll put you out your misery. The Novatech Power Station 400 watt modular power supply was £27 and 31 pence plus the VAT. I actually managed to pick up the Vulcan case and the Power Station power supply for £51.75. That seems like a relatively good bargain at the time for a case and a power supply, 50 quid.
They paid you a tenner.
They should have paid me a tenner.
Flame was 4 months old when you bought that.
Oh, bless his heart. So, that's more shite that can go in the bin. What shite is this? VX2703 MH LED series monitor. Drivers, that can go in the bin. What is this? O2. Rubbish. I'm actually going to get some stuff out of there. Foxconn ID cables, the proper decent DMA 66 ones, not the crappy 33s. Also available in black or in a creamy beige colour, which I never quite understood why they did that. In nicotine white, I think that was. Chris says, I'm old, the PSU used to come free with the case. Harvey Linden, how you doing? What else have we got on here? Junk. Peak, oh, that's all part of that. Nonsense. What is this? Screen protector. iPhone. Max Tech iPhone. Wonder what that bloody thing that is for then. Right, screen protectors. Well, you might as well have that, Kath, because you're always breaking yours. That's the iPhone ones. Yeah. Pretty sure it is.
I'm always breaking mine. I've got the same one on there. Everyone uses them before I get to put them on.
This is a network card. And this is actually in the PC bus, or PCI bus. So long before PCI, oh my God, it's actually got, firstly, the security tag in there. So I do apologise for stealing it. It has got a driver floppy. The actual device drivers are on a floppy disk. Wow. That is impressive. And that is a network card. We're so used to seeing these actually on a motherboard built in already. So I'm not even sure, it's got to be a Realtek chipset. So that is the Realtek, God, it's actually quite a modern one really. RTL 81390, I think that is. Which I think is still pretty much being used today on quite a few motherboards. Activity light on the back, silver backplane, green PCB. Wow.
Let's install it.
Let's install it in the bin. I've got nothing I can install it in. Or nothing that it wouldn't make remarkably slower. That's actually quite useful. It's not. I'm lying to myself. Here is a Cooler Master fan. We were in a weird era at some point where it seemed okay for computer component manufacturers to make things that had bizarre colours. Like, someone's actually gone out and decided to buy the colour.
Did you buy it?
To make this. It's like, why? Why not just leave it?
Colour, was there?
I'd have rather had translucent.
But you didn't have no window.
It's not even PWM, it's only 3-pin as well. I'm trying to think what cooler that would have been on. I'm thinking it's like a Cooler Master TX2 or TX3. It doesn't say on the back what it is, but...
But you wouldn't have seen it anyway, would you?
No, because I did have the cooler. But I'm pretty sure I broke the actual...
No, but you wouldn't have seen it. It'd been behind...
Oh yeah, you wouldn't have seen it, yeah. I actually mended this. This was actually in one of our videos for JB Weld. And I used JB Weld to mend the plastic on the end. And fair play, that was like shattered right off. And it's still on there. Good stuff, that JB Weld. I don't need that fan. I really don't need that fan, do I? Does anybody want this fan? Because otherwise I'm throwing it in the bin. Because I've had this lying around for too long now. It is a 80mm fan. Not even a 92. It's an 80mm, I think.
Blizzard T2 cooler.
Blizzard T2, that is it.
That's Harvey.
Thank you, Harvey. Actually, it might be a 92. I'm not even sure what size it is. There's a 92mm fan. Unbelievable. Really Random View says, do you still use floppies then, or just for show kind of thing? I don't use floppies for anything at all. I don't even think I've got a floppy drive that I can actually insert that into.
You've got one in that box.
I haven't.
You had a floppy drive thing in.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't got a floppy disk drive, I mean, to actually read said disks. Aletta says, I wouldn't mind having some pink fans. Some of my favourite things are pink. I don't have words. Does anybody want that fan? No? Okay, let's go in the bin as well. I super glued that. There's something actually quite cool. Well, relatively. There is a genuine Microsoft power bank. These were a very special promotional item used for, I think it was when the Surface Pro 3 launched. And at the time we were doing some promotional work for Microsoft with the BBC. And they came in and they gave me a Surface Pro 3, brand spanking new. And also power bank as well. The power bank I was less pleased about. But there is a genuine Microsoft power bank.
Where's that cup? They gave you that as well.
Oh yeah, not sure. I think I threw the cup out.
Yeah, I think you did.
It even comes with the adapters in there, so you can see how old this is. It's got a lightning connector adapter. It's got a iPhone 40 pin connector, whatever they call those ones. And it's also got a micro USB. Typical Microsoft, all the little adapters already in there, and a little bag to carry it all in. Good stuff. That was good. That is actually genuinely a pretty cool thing. I don't think the power bank actually contains a great deal of power. I think it's like 5,000 milliamps. So it probably charge a modern iPhone probably once if you're lucky. But it was more the fact that it was a, well, Microsoft don't make power banks. So it is a promotional item which very few people have got, I'd imagine. So I'm pretty cool. I like that. I did actually try and give these away. I had 2 or 3 of them. I tried to give them away, and no one turned up to take them away. Lucky man, I didn't. No. Right, what other junk have I got in here? For some reason, I've got a very old USB Type A to Type B printer cable. What did I need that for recently? I had something which needed Type A to Type B. And I can't think what it was. But it actually came with a cable.
Are we watching the Antiques Roadshow?
That's actually a really long one. I should just chuck that away, really. I'm never going to use it, am I?
I don't know, you said you needed it last week.
No, but I can't think what would I have used it for? It's something to do with the NAS. Can't imagine it would have been. Type A to Type B. What have I reviewed recently that used a Type A to Type B? I vaguely remember something doing it, but what? What uses Type A to Type B? There's not very many things that would use that. I should just chuck that away. That is a long printer cable. I don't want that anymore. I don't need that in my life. There's one of those stupid USB extensions, which is basically about a foot long.
Some of my monitors need an HB, so you can use the monitor USB ports as a hub. Maybe it was something, one of those hub things that you did.
It might have been.
Might have been that thing that you had where you could wire up different things to the monitor. Maybe.
Well, that's going to annoy me now. Right, what else have we got in here? We have got a writing tablet. Look at the size. Look how disgusting that is. That was our son's, by the way. So, George, if you're watching, which you probably won't be because you'll be upstairs watching CSGO matches, I expect. But that was our son's. He used to use this tablet for actually drawing. This is made by a company called Trust. And there is the pen. I actually still got the pen as well. So literally, you'd have that on your desk. It's crazy how big the tablet sensors have got now in comparison to the actual tablet itself. Modern ones of this now would be kind of the full size of that. and the outside edge would be very limited. But that's pretty old school. I wonder if George actually wants that anymore, because I could chuck that out as well. Because there's no way on earth I'm ever going to use that as a tablet. I wonder if it even works. I'm going to plug it into the computer that is currently running the stream and see if I can actually get it to work. This could be the end of the stream. Or it could be something actually quite cool that happens.
You could have it as a big poster.
Have I got a spare USB? If the stream goes, I will try and recover it straight away. Ooh. Well, it doesn't appear to have crashed the stream as of yet. And where is the mouse? Where is my mouse? That'd be fun if I just threw my mouse away. Right, let's... So I think I can use this to go up and down. Did that do something then? No. That's bound to be flat, actually, isn't it? Oh, it hasn't got a battery.
Can't you use your wang?
I don't think I can.
That's the
Can I? That isn't moving anything on there. I don't think that works. Right, that can go in the bin if George don't want it.
You'll put it all back in that box tonight.
I will put it all back in that box tonight. You're right. There's a webcam. This is also from Trust, so that's guaranteed to not probably want to work either. If it does work, it's going to be rubbish resolution, isn't it?
Get me on it.
Oh. Okay, so how can I do this? Let's get ready to rumble. Camera. Camera app. This will upset it, won't it? Oh, it's on that screen. Do you want cameras to know your precise location? Well, not really.
Why does it need to know?
Yeah. Where's camera settings? Ah, so you can't choose which camera. Okay, let's see if I can add it as a source. Main camera. Add video capture device. New video capture device. No. I don't think it's detected it. No, I don't want event viewer, do I? I want device manager. I know. Yep, not supported, just calling a SIF single chip. So, more for the bin. Oh, this is therapeutic. I think I found the charger and the cables for your phone, your little Nokia. There you are. That is a Nokia charging point. Oh, it looks like the cables are wrecked. I don't know, that's fine. And there is a old Nokia 8310 headset to go with Cav's old phone.
It's not even mine, I don't think.
I think it is George's, actually.
It was yours originally.
Does this actually work? I think we tried this last time, didn't we?
I don't think you plugged it in ever. It's not going to be charged, is it?
Give it, plug it in, see what happens. It might catch on fire.
Bang! What's this?
Hey,
Oh,
that's a headset.
I don't want that.
You do, so you listen to the radio on it. It's got a built-in radio.
Listen to radio.
Don't plug it in there.
Why?
Okay. AVG cable. You know that's going to come in handy one day. There's so much junk in here. Oh, stick of RAM. What is this? Notice the lack of protective stuff there. This is LPDA 512 megabytes of PC 2700. DDR. That's just normal DDR, isn't it? First edition DDR. Where's it DDR2? It's been a long time. This came from Chartech House in Reading. Is that 500? Yeah. PC 2700. That is DDR2, isn't it? I think. I'm not even sure. Like, what is the point of that? 512 megabytes.
I don't think it's doing anything.
Not even a gigabyte. What use is that? Is that any use? Should I keep it? I think that should throw. Let's go. Let's just be ruthless. Now this is actually relatively cool. This is a USB game port adapter. So back in the day, you would have a game port on your PC to play games. But some modern PCs didn't have a normal kind of games port. So you can actually plug this in to plug in your old joysticks into your new PC. I don't know if this actually works. It's got 4 different modes, which I don't know what they do. Yeah, it could be used as a game or MIDI port, I suppose. There's an empty box of RAM. Oh God, this is like the Trust station, isn't it? There is another Trust mouse. A proper old school mouse.
Is that with nice big side buttons?
It's got no side buttons.
No.
But it has got inside, years ago, mice used to actually have a ball inside them. That is how you track around.
I used to be great at catching cat hairs.
And inside there was 2 basically rollers, and the wheel would do its X and Y based on the rotation on which way it did the rollers. That is proper old school. It's only got 2 buttons. Literally only 2 buttons, left click and right click. No middle click, no scrolling.
Has it gone back to white where the fingers go?
No nothing. Oh, and it's falling apart. Right, that's going in the box. That's going in the bin also. Getting towards the end now. A Molex to SATA adapter. Actually genuinely useful. Chuck it anyway. And last of all, a Sound Blaster Audigy. I think that's the original Audigy. The SB1394, I think. It says SB0090 on it, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is possibly one of the most popular sound cards ever made. The Sound Blaster Audigy. What an absolute classic. Okay. Bless me.
A bit dusty in there.
It is dusty in there, to be honest. So, mad amounts of ports on this. So, you could plug in a TAD, or telephone audio device. You could plug a CD audio in. You could plug in an auxiliary. You could plug in a SB1394, which is basically a Firewire port, and also a CD SpeedIF. Man. And on the back, of course, yeah, that's the model number, because it's 1394, which is basically Firewire's model number. So I had a Firewire port, a headphone, mic jack, surround sound, front and rear speakers. Basically, it was a 5.1 sound card in hardware. Wow. You could also get an external media box as well, which you plugged into there, which you could then route to front panel audio, which had mic jacks, control volumes, all sorts of stuff on there.
You should wall mount that. Captain Meat wants you to.
I should wall mount it. I would actually like to get one of those IKEA like white frames and just mount it in a white frame. That would be actually quite cool. I'll put it up here somewhere.
That's Poppy's bed.
Can't throw it away, can I? That's just too good. Oh, nothing works. I'm breaking everything. Right, so that is the junk. Seriously, if anybody wants a digital TV thing, please just let me know, because I don't know what to do with it. Kath, I'm going to chuck all this back in here.
I know, I knew it.
Because it's time to look at the games after we've answered some questions.
Nick Fireworks.
Nick Barnes, can I ask, Kath, tell me what the question is. I'm busy. I'm busy, yo.
You said you fancied building a retro PC, but could you cope with the snail pace implied? Lol. I powered up my daughter's Samsung Tab 3 and safely to use dual core 1.2 CPU.
Okay.
Did you hear any of that?
Yeah, but I didn't make any sense of it.
I knew you wouldn't.
Nick Barnes. Yeah. That is one of the downsides of retro PC, is the fact that it is super slow. Even if it's relatively modern, it's still going to be pretty slow. And we are very spoilt with our modern SSDs and all that kind of stuff. Right, that can go, Babs. And any of that. Oh, feck.
Yes, Pumpkin Babs.
I said feck. You're allowed to say feck, as in someone that is feckless. I'm going to keep the Microsoft power bank out. I've got another one in there actually, so I'll put it in with those. I'll put it in there to never be used. Right, we are going to look next at, oh God, Jesus.
That supports the bed underneath.
This box has been used to support Kath's ass for about 15 years. Literally, this box has been underneath our bed, and the bed rests on it. So
You've got to lift the bed to get it out.
you have literally got to lift the bed to get it out from the frame, and it's quite handy because if Kath gets a little bit frisky, the boxes take up any of the slack, so it's all good.
Well, actually, this is the photos I'm under, ain't it? It's underneath at the top. That one's underneath.
If I put it on the overhead, there we go, you can see what's in here. So these are the games that we've literally gone out and bought over the years, and got to the stage where it's like, well, it's too good to throw away. They're there, they work. It's yeah, there's some very, very cool games, and the amount of hours that have been spent in this are insane. So obviously Carmageddon was a very big part of my life in PC gaming. So I bought the Carmageddon pack, which I'm guessing still got all the stuff inside. Yeah, the original pamphlet.
Everywhere to get you that.
And this was the first edition that actually had the blood enabled
In red.
in red. And look at that. The disc is basically pristine, the whole thing is. So as much as I would like to get rid of the room, or to make some room, I just can't bear to throw this out. I really can't.
That's your first modelling gig, wasn't it?
My first modelling gig, yeah. So because that was so cool, I then, when it came out, oh, sorry. Sound's got an echo.
Sound's got an echo.
Shouldn't have.
It shouldn't have.
Is that better?
Is that better?
You knob.
No.
Is that better?
Is that better?
Calf, piss off, you stupid arse. Carmageddon covers Mike's first modelling gig. Glenn, you bastard. Thank you. Is that better now? Old Man Wither says, Lemmings, you're giving me a full-on nostalgia trip, as long as that's all we're giving you. Bob says, yes, thank you, Bob. Bob, the sensible one, for once. So, this was the Splat Pack, which you could actually add to the original Carmageddon. And this had... There's two versions of Carmageddon that came out. One had the gore removed, and there was this one, which is the original one. So this had the gore intact. But if you didn't, you could buy the Splat Pack, which then give you 18 new tracks, 15 new cars, 4 new environments to drive in, more network labels, and also the 3DFX version included, which I never, ever, ever got to work. Not once did I manage to get the 3DFX Voodoo Glide version to work.
Green blood or red blood? It was red, wasn't it?
Red blood was in both of them. That was red blood. You could, if you wanted to, in the menu, you could actually select the friendly mode, which then turned it all green. So in the splat pack again, it is going to be... What is that in there? Did I print that out? Man. Oh, that was the README file. I actually printed out the README file.
What, a ribbon printer?
Look at that. The carnage continues. 14th of November, 1997.
I went everywhere to get you that.
CD-ROM, Win95 and MS-DOS. And there's a registration card as well, which I never even filled out. It's got the original Splat Pack manual.
Was that printed on a ribbon printer?
It would have been. Multilingual, Splat Pack, and this is the README. So back in those days, you'd get a README file to tell you how to set things up. So this is like Karma High Res was one of the command lines you could run. All of this printed out on a dot matrix. Actually, I don't know if it would have been. Probably was on the HP by then. We probably had HP 640 or something. Oh, and there we go. That was, you could type in these while you're playing the game. So Spam Forest would give you instant handbrake. Big Bottom, while you were trashed. Yeah, there was all sorts of things. Pedestrians glued to ground was spam, 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 spam. Turbo Pedestrians, Funny Jam. I Love Nobby, Pedestrians shown on map. Nobby was the guy who actually was responsible for writing it, I seem to recall. Anyway, so there we go. There is the Splat Pack for Carmageddon.
Weren't they going to remake that?
They did.
And didn't you contact them?
I did. And that was it. Yeah. After that came Carmageddon 2, Carpocalypse Now, which was basically more of the same really. Just a slightly more up-to-date version. Still supported 3DFX, which I still couldn't get to work. Although most people by then would probably not have used it. Featuring the music of Iron Maiden. They actually licensed music. So that was telling of the time that you could actually then have proper actual audio rather than just bleeps and MIDI tones. I'm pretty sure that is all in there as well. Yeah. Iron Maiden, enter ironmaiden.com. All the registration stuff. Kept it all in there.
Bit Bristolian.
Kept it all in there, I did, Babs. And look at that. I don't think that disc was hardly ever used. Brand spanking.
Joys of fatherhood by then.
Yeah. And what was that? So this was November 89. So it wasn't that long later actually, was it?
Would have had kids by then. 89?
November 89. 98, sorry.
I was going to say, wouldn't have been 89.
Good times. So oh, there's a receipt there. From Virgin Megastores. Mega means more. I wonder if I can actually read it. I don't think I can see it. I'll have to... Virgin Bristol. I can't see the price on there.
Let me see.
See if anyone else can see it. Can anyone see that? I would imagine it's probably about 30 quid.
It's $34.99.
$34.99.
And then you had E130 TV times 5 plus 1 at $8.99.
Ooh.
And it was £43.98 with £45 change. £1.2.
Jesus. Those were the days.
On the 8th of November 98.
It got a lot...
That was 2 months before George was born, no wonder it had no use.
It did get a lot worse. Then we had Carmageddon TDR 2000 with music from the Utah Saints and the Plague. I don't think I ever even opened this, or did I? I might have done actually. This is when things were getting a bit more rubbish in gaming. And yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't actually, I don't think I ever installed this. What is that? That's a warranty card of some sort, registration card. What is that? Milli Migla, the most stunning race in the world. What the hell? Coming soon, Milli Migla. Wow, did that actually ever come out? I'd never have seen that, ever. So yeah, the CD-ROM is actually still in there, untouched. That's how bad a game it was. TDR 2000. Yeah, this was basically the beginning of the end for the Carmageddon series, sadly. Sad times. Although they've come out with a new game recently, Carmageddon has been re-released in the last couple of years, and it is much better. Much better. Yeah. They are still going. Right, let's go on to the main camera again, and let's pull out some of these games.
I think you should pose as that pose.
What, the Carmageddon pose?
Yeah. We were looking like next to you.
What is that? Oh god. There's a load of Sims games there. The Sims games are one of those weird things where...
I bet that's like missing an angel out of the
yeah,
room.
there's a load of CDs there. There was just add-on pack after add-on pack, wasn't there, for The Sims? Like,
90% of people would have updated their PCs if it were for The Sims.
I hate to think what The Sims would be like if you actually bought every single add-on pack, whether or not it would even load. Christ, this is getting a bit of a workout. Can I have a beer, please, Cav?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What do you want?
I'll have the Oktoberfest beer, please. It might not be chilled enough, but if it isn't, I'll just slum it and have some ice cubes in a glass, please, if I may.
Feels chilled.
Sorry?
Feels chilled enough.
Is it? Excellent.
Is this the one?
Yeah, can I have a glass? Is that asking too much? That is one deep box. There is a lot in this box. So, what we got? Anno 1602. This was one of Kath's favourites. I'll be honest with you, I've never played this, I don't think. Kath's played it, I'm pretty sure.
Loads.
This was on a CD, so that's always a good thing. And the CD is there, intact. There's a bit of paper in here, which I'm guessing would have been... I thought that would have been a till receipt, but... either my eyes are going really bad, or there... oh, actually, there is something on there.
Oops.
PC World, I can just about make out. You were served by Robert. Good one. Who's that, Rob?
Yeah.
Why, I don't know why we're asking that. This is back in the days when it was really cool to get one of these sorts of games. So you had these little pullouts. So you flip them over and it tells you what things do. So that's trading goods and consumer goods, food production, mining and subsequent treatment, armament and shipbuilding, Windows under installation under Windows 95 with active desktop under Windows 98. Good times, good times. But it's really nice to see what games, how they used to actually turn up. I can't see how much that costs because it's a thermal printer. It is very, very faded, so not too sure. I used to always keep the receipts inside the boxes. There was a funny thing happened relatively recently where we had an issue with Steam, and they said, well, what was the last game that you bought on Steam for the particular account that we were doing? And it was like, well, we didn't. We literally bought all the games from retail for this account that we were using. And they're like, well, we can't really validate that it's your account. That is the world we are going into. William Bodie, thank you very much for the Oktoberfest beer, finally getting around to it. Lick the side. Oh, that nearly went over the edge. So, Anno 1602. From what Kath says, possibly one of the greatest types of its genre.
I don't play it as a real game. I don't like the war bit, so I just play it as a...
Kath does the building and gardening.
Yeah.
But now she doesn't need to play it because she sends my stupid ass out to get sunburnt in the garden.
Like you were complaining.
I was. Yeah, let's put that to one side for now. So, another absolute classic. Roller Coaster Tycoon. I think most people at some point or other have played this. What an absolute class game. Roller Coaster Tycoon is one of the games which pretty much I think anyone can get into, but not everybody can master. You get to a certain point where it's like, okay, it's a bit technical now. I am struggling. There we go, the original. Oh, there's 2 discs in there. What's that one then?
That might be an add-on pack. Or maybe add 2 discs.
I don't think it would have done. So that was the original. Maybe we bought it twice, or maybe someone else had it and gave us a spare.
I bet we bought it twice.
We probably did buy it twice.
Probably Angel borrowed it.
And again, The Ride for 99 Samurai. Look at that that is an instruction guide, isn't it? Look at that. Everything is in there. Footpaths, toilets, info and souvenirs, park maintenance, cleanliness, building a Petra Park. Credits designed by Chris Sawyer. Absolutely great. Why don't they make stuff like that anymore? Because wasn't there like 3 versions of this, and then other versions after that. So like they have Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, 2, and 3.
I think there was. I think the others were this.
Yeah, the other ones we probably didn't buy.
You had your 3-cornered hat on.
Actually,
No, 2 corners there.
there we are. There was an add-on pack, the added attractions part. So that was an add-on. What was that? What that might be what that disc was we just put in there. Add-on packs were a thing because obviously back in the day, everything was done on this. Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon. So that is added attractions pack. That is right. Is there going to be a receipt in here? No. Oh. This is where things were starting to fall apart. So, yeah, the manual just is literally a couple of pages. Mind you, it was only to install the actual pack itself, I suppose. So. Added attractions. I'm sure there was... Oh, there is a receipt. From another one from Virgin.
Do you want me to read it?
Oh, it's Carmageddon 2, $34.99.
You can read it now. That's the one you had out earlier.
Yeah.
And $8.99 for something else.
E16 something something.
TV. Well, -1.
No idea. Oh, I was hoping to see something there. Aletta says, Zoo Tycoon was a lot of fun. I like to toss people into the tiger cage. Ooh. Cheers, everybody. Ooh. Christ, what percentage is that? That's got a little bit of a 6%. Oh, blimey. That's a good one. I don't think I've got anything else, have we, related to that? No. So, Lemmings. What can you say about Lemmings?
We played it on Millennium Eve.
We played it on the night of the millennium, rather than going out and getting absolutely pissed out of our faces, we had a small child, and we stayed in. We played Ultimate Lemmings, and this actually came, oh, blimey. That is the user manual on that CD, and that is the game itself. This was a replay version, so basically a reboxed version, and there's nothing else in there. That is literally it. There was no user manual, because it's there. So this is when boxes, or boxed games, were kind of dying a death, because most things were starting to come online. This was 1999, obviously, going into 2000. So the internet was more of a thing then. You could download PDFs, you could download probably games to some extent.
But we were on dial-up in 99.
We would have been still on dial-up on then, yeah. Wow. You had Lemmings, and oh no, more Lemmings, and Lemmings Paintball. I don't think I've ever played Lemmings Paintball. I wouldn't even know what it looked like. Wow. Okay. This is something which I don't think I can ever throw this away. Monopoly, the original board game.
Has it got a £500 note? I'm sure they used to be pink.
It says yellow on there.
That's 100.
It's 500. Look at that. Monopoly. By Hasbro Games. Produced by Westwood. And look at that. It's even got the rules and everything. The history, how to play.
Is that colour?
Troubleshooting, yeah. Let's see if it shows the money. I want to get a Windows 95 PC up and running just to play this. And of course we do have the proper Monopoly as well.
Because we had Monopoly night last week.
For me personally, I'll be honest with you, as much as I do like playing Monopoly, the kind of the board game version, I actually prefer the simplicity and the fact that the rules are kind of baked into the online version. Because
Angel cheats.
Angel cheats like crazy, is the honest answer. And I get to the point where I just lose the will to live anyway. Because it's like, we've been doing this for 6 hours, Kath's clearly going to win anyway. Because she spent pretty much most of her childhood playing the game. So, yeah, the internet version is quite good, especially if you do a timed game. So yeah, that is very, very cool. 3D animations made it kind of come to life as well. Copyright 1995, the Tonka Corporation. Wow. From Newport and Gwent. Hasbro Interactive were in Newport. Never knew that. Yeah, published in the United Kingdom by Hasbro Interactive Limited, Gaswell Way, Newport, Gwent, MP9.
Wasn't that Barney toy Hasbro?
It might have been.
I think it was. And then they discontinued being able to personalise it.
An absolute classic.
Oh, it's mine as well.
An absolute classic. I used to like this one. Theme Hospital was bloody great. This feels like it's got a massive manual in it as well. Oh. Slight rip to the box. No, it's got a bigger rip.
Rip to that.
Actually, why is that in there, not in there? Why would I even do that? So this is for Windows 95 and MS-DOS. Let's put that back in there. Bullfrog Games. Ah! Anyone who's played this will know exactly what it is, yeah. What absolute class.
Stuart, clearly it's half my house's power went 20 minutes ago, or PC's power is dead.
Oh no. Stuart's lost half his power. Oh. We had that the other week, didn't we, where all our power went? It was very bizarre. So, Theme Hospital. Got a reference card there telling you how to do things, and oh, the sound. So, Direct Draw certified, Direct 3D, Direct Sound, Audio Driver, Direct Play, Old Direct Play, and Direct Input. DirectX 3 supported. Jesus. There's a manual and a quick play guide. They didn't mess about, did they? A manual and a quick play guide. These must have taken ages to do. You think these days games are just spat out, whereas this they'd have had to make sure that the manuals were the same as the code in the game, or as close as possible. Theme Hospital, absolutely brilliant. What were some of the things that people would come in with? Bloaty head syndrome. Slack tongue, yeah. Radiation poisoning. Invisibility, was that one as well?
Yeah. God.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Slightly more modern. Theme Park World. And this has still got the security sticker on it.
Leave it on there then, because you'll wreck it by taking it off.
No, but I need to
Go take it back to PC World and ask them to take it off.
I don't think that's even PC World, was it? What was that? 889227. That looks like I bought it second hand or something.
Cheapskate.
Another bullfrog thing. So Theme Park World, because it went. There was no.
Theme Park World.
Theme Park was first. Then it was the hospital, Theme Hospital, and then I think this was next, wasn't it? Theme Park World. Didn't that come out after?
Maybe.
Not too sure.
That the PC version? Because we had it on the Mega Drive originally.
Yeah. There's some great games. Old Man Withers, Populous Syndicate, and the best game ever, Dungeon Keeper. Dungeon Keeper was a good one. Yeah, that was Bullfrog.
Is that the one with gold?
Yeah. There's no disc.
Angel must have it.
Angel! Look at that. There's a Wish You Were Here postcard. And this thing's thick as a brick. Or is there a load of them? Oh, there's a load of them. Wish You Were Here. Look at that. Loads of little postcards. This is like the cool things that we don't seem to get anymore. Wish You Were Here postcards. Other EA games, so there was... Can't even read that. SimCity 3000, Dungeon Keeper 2. God, that's a weird font. Need for Speed. God, loads of stuff. No Game. No Game. Theme Park World. 3 tickets for Thorpe Park. £4 off. That's when £4 used to buy you more than a Mars bar. Theme Park World. So we need the game for Theme Park World. Someone has stolen it. Angel. That's upsetting. Although, saying that, there is some game discs here. Hopefully there's no pirated ones. Oh, that's a backup, that's allowed. A backup from 2010. I really should check that out. What is that? World Tour Racing and The Sims. No. No game. That is bad. Right, there's so many games here. This is just silly. Tropico. Didn't like that one. Did you?
It was mine.
Tropico Trilogy by Calypso Games. Yep. Disc 1 of 2. No, Tropico 1 and 2 and Tropico 3. That is actually in there. Yeah, I don't know whether... I suppose they were quite popular. They did go on for a while, didn't they? Hotel Giant.
Yeah, I think isn't that like a Sims City sort of one? No, that's Sim Tower.
Oh, this must be quite a big game because it comes on multiple discs. I don't remember playing that at all.
Let me see the box. Has it got any pictures of it?
On the back, the game doesn't look anything like what was on the front. I thought it was like Sim Tower.
I don't remember that either.
Does anybody know that game? I don't know it.
I don't remember it.
Really random view says, I remember seeing Tropico everywhere at one point, but never played it. And Matthew Day says, Tropico does the rounds in the Fanatical bundles. Ian says, you can get these games on your smartphone now. God, blimey. That is a sign of the times, isn't it?
Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it didn't seem the same.
O'Reilly says, I know Sims Tower. Sims Tower is good. Right, so that is empty, effectively. This is possibly, arguably one of the best games, racing games ever.
No,
Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3.
Oh, no.
This was a bit of a turnaround. I'm not really sure, well, of its era. I think the modern version of this, which is also here somewhere. Actually, no, it's not, is it? Where is it? I thought that was here as well.
What, 2?
The new version of that. Because they called it the same thing, but it's just a new version. It's probably in there. Ah, there it is. So, those two. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3 and the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. This is the best game ever, I think, personally. That is a fantastic... I've bought this game. I've got it on PC DVD. I've also got it on Steam at least twice. I've probably bought the physical media at least 3 or 4 times. For various reasons. I don't know why, but I've always kept one of them, even though it's all kind of online. But that is a fantastic game. I absolutely adore it.
Police car one.
Yeah, Police Car. Yeah, Lucky Man was streaming that the other day. I'm very tempted to do the same. To actually stream doing speed runs, because Need for Speed Hot Pursuit is great. I've managed to get gold on that. That's one of the few games I've actually stayed long enough to play and get the gold on. It took a long enough time.
I have to play that all day one day. Because of you.
This one, the original one, or one of the original ones, the Need for Speed, the first one, was pretty rubbish. Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 was good because it was one of the first games that supported 3DFX Glide and made it completely different. And then they had loads of weird ones like Porsche Challenge, and there's a couple of other odd ones, and it went all around the houses until that, which was the genuine classic. Trying to work out what this needed. I want to see what the minimum specs would have been for this. Back in the day, we used to look at the boxes to see what the minimum specs were for a game. So minimum PC, Windows 98 or Windows 95, 166 MHz Pentium or compatible, Cyrix 6868, AMD K6 or 133 Pentium processor, supported graphics acceleration card, 16 megabytes of system memory, oh there, a 4x CD-ROM drive, and that can't be right. 85 megabytes for hard drive installation. That can't be right. It looks like there's a bit of box missing. Nope, 85 megabytes because it runs from CD, I guess. Recommended PC, 200 MHz Pentium compatible. Wow.
Your band's favourite was Need for Speed Underground.
Need for Speed Underground, that was good. I did like that. I can't get that to run on anything. I used to play that a lot. I used to always go with the Mazda Miata because that was really good for drifting. Excellent stuff. Very good games. Sim Tower. This is actually for Windows 3.1 and Macintosh. Both of which we've never owned. But I'm sure Kath used to play it on your PC, didn't you? Or on our PC.
That was like when it was back up in Angel's bedroom in the old house.
Sim Tower Windows Tech Tips. Wow, we must have printed this out.
On dial-up.
It's actually really interesting to feel what the paper's like. Just something like that, the paper. It just feels like high quality paper, even though it isn't. That would have been like cheap reams that we would have stolen from work or bought from PC Broad or something. But the paper actually feels good. And considering like that's been printed over 25, well, about 25 years ago. And look at the quality of the ink. And the typeface. I don't know if it's focusing on that, but hopefully it will do eventually. Is it focusing on it? So look at it. That is like, it's not aged or, that just looks really good for an inkjet. Like really good. Yeah, last minute info, July the 6th, 1995. So yeah, almost 23 years old. Do you reckon they put that in there, or do you reckon we did that? It's got 3 staples in. We wouldn't waste the staples, would we?
Probably. I've got them 3.
Yeah. Mental.
Actually, that was probably the stapler.
Yeah, probably is that same stapler. So, quick start guide. Windows 386 or better, 486 recommended, 4 megabytes of RAM, 5 megabytes of hard disk space, 256 color display using Windows SVGA drivers, CD-ROM drive required for Windows CD-ROM edition, any sound card supported for Windows, stroke optional, Windows 3.1 or higher. And that is, there's actually, oh, I was thinking the disc isn't in there, but it is. The disc is in a sleeve rather than plastic. There we go, Sim Tower by Maxis. Flame, get in the box. There's actually dirt in there. So that's where Kath's been smoking fags. How amazing. The thing that amazes me the most is the bloody quality of the ink on that. Because that isn't a laser, that is definitely inkjet. But it looks so crisp. Nowadays you use shit paper and it just looks shit. Anyway, so Sim Tower. That was actually quite a good game. Kath played that for hours. Like,
That's what is good.
we were proper stoners and we would just literally play until like the milk float came round.
No, that was Motocross Madness.
Oh, that as well. Holiday Island. This was basically kind of the same thing.
Didn't we buy that the same day as Carmageddon? And we had to take it in turns.
Yeah.
Don't eat my biscuits.
Yeah, back in the days when we only had one computer, if we'd take any holiday, obviously, normally you take holiday with the same time as your partner. And Kath bought Holiday Island. Yeah, Kath had Holiday Island and I had Carmageddon. Or was it Carmageddon or was it something else?
It might have been Need for Speed or something. No, that was years later.
I think it might have been Motocross Madness. No, it wouldn't have been, would it? Yeah, because you bought Holiday Island because that was from RJ Computers, wasn't it? Westbourne Road. We went and bought 2 games.
That was PC World.
Was it? That might have been actually. Win a Caribbean holiday. See inside for details. Could have done with that last year or the year before. Ocean Games. That's sad actually. Ocean Games. The guy who basically founded Ocean Games, I think he passed away last week. Very sad. Ocean Games. A real blast from the past. Right. Before anyone says it, this was Kath's.
I've already said that.
Lula, PC, CD, Windows 95 only, system requirements.
CD.
Windows 90, yeah, it was CD. Windows 95 or a 486 100 MHz processor, 8 megabytes of RAM, SVGA 640 by 480 high color display, 35 megabytes of hard drive space, a 2-speed optical CD-ROM drive, Windows compatible mouse, and a Windows 100% compatible sound card, 8-bit. Recommended requirements were Windows 95, Pentium 100, 60 megabytes of RAM, SVGA high color, 35 meg, 4-speed CD-ROM drive, Windows compatible mouse, and also a 100% Windows compatible sound card, 16-bit, not 8-bit. Welcome to the erotica business. It's your dream. You're the boss of an international erotica group with film and sound studios, a casting office, marketing department, etc. But everyone has to begin at the bottom. So you start up with your attractive girlfriend in a sleepy little town in the desert, but is that not enough? You're almost broke and the FBI is after you. It's up to you to make the most of your exciting career as a producer of erotica. I don't remember playing this.
Actually, you didn't.
Oh.
You had to like maybe. I think it was like Hugh Hefner's Playboy Mansion one.
So I wonder what they were targeting, or what group they were targeting when they come up with the logos.
I think that was one of the first things I bought off eBay.
How to play Lula. Look at that. It's like semi-fill from the inside. Shame on you, Take-Two Interactive. I'm almost tempted to try and play this. I wonder if the disc is actually in there. Yep, there we are. The disc is in there. Lula and the Sexy Empire.
You actually make movies.
That's a stream and a half there, isn't it, in the making. Ian W says, I remember Sam Fox Strip Poker on the ZX Spectrum 48K. Chris Hartford says, what attracted you to this game, Mike? It's not mine, it was honestly Calf's. Lucky Man says, Mike's wood under the table, not down yet. Captain Meets Adventures, Basic Instinct, Batman Returns, Reservoir Dogs, Unforgiven, and Bram Stoker's Dracula are 30 years old this year. Struth. Right, another classic, Puzzle Bobble. Do 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 do. No, that's not the music. We did absolute play hours for this. The game's not in there.
Angel.
Angel! That was done by Replay. Official warning, yellow card. What the bloody hell's that about? You've been warned. This is... yeah, whatever. I'm not interested. Oh, where's Puzzle Bobble? One day we're going to go through our daughter's bedroom and find all the games that are missing.
I blame Dave Akins.
I blame Dave Akins.
Thanks, Lucky Man.
I wonder if there's any in here. Right, what we got? Worms Armageddon. Never liked it, never played it. That was Kath's. She bought that. That's got to be George's. Sonic DX. Those I could probably... This is the pile which probably could be thrown away quite easily. Although, some of them, like the original Sims 2. PC #1 game of all time. And I think it probably still is. And I believe the discs are all in there. Now, these are on CD-ROMs. Were on CD-ROMs. That one's got some scratches on it. I like how they coloured it in the Google colours. One of the most hacked games in history. Unbelievable. So Sims 2. Then we had Sims 2 Nightlife Pack. Was that your choice, Kath?
No, don't think all of them were my choice. Sims.
Nightlife. So that's Nightlife.
That's Sims 1 as well.
Lucky Man says, love Sonic games. Now this is class. Crazy Taxi. Take me to the KFC. Can't believe I bought that. That would have been one of those things where it's like, right, it's buy one, get one free or something.
Yeah, George was addicted to it, wasn't he?
Yeah. But I'd imagine we'd have bought like both of those together.
What's the other one? Sonic.
Yeah. Don't remember buying that one, Spore. Did you buy that on eBay or something?
Don't remember. Don't even know it.
Don't even remember playing that. Create, evolve, explore and share. So you can make your own universe in a box. That would have been one of yours. I'm definite. Tropico, the original Tropico. Another Take Advantage title. Oh, and it's missing. Is it in the stack here? Currently not. Was there 2 discs in the Tropico? Why would we have bought Tropico again if we had the trilogy? No receipts in there.
No, I think I've got it on Steam or something as well.
Max Payne 3. A lot more up to date. This is probably one of the last games that I actually physically bought on media, I think. Max Payne 3. That was actually a good game. I've really enjoyed that, Max Payne 3. What was the recommended specs back then? Windows 7, 32 or 64-bit, Service Pack 1 or Vista or XP. Processor, Intel dual core 2.4 GHz or i7 3930K 6 core. Or AMD dual core 2.6 GHz FX 8150 8 core. 2 gigs of RAM. 16 RAM, 2 GB, then 2 to 16 GB. Graphics card, NVIDIA 8600 GT, 512 megs of VRAM, or a GTX 680 2 gig. Radeon HD 3400 series, or Radeon HD 7970, 3 gig. What a great game. That was on a load of discs as well. Is that 3 discs? Yeah, 3 DVDs I think that is. Jesus. Where's that 4? Might even be. Bloody hell, 4 DVDs. You all buy DVD? It's 4. Just checking. Yeah, unbelievable. 4 DVDs. That's a lot of DVDs. But then you think that's only, what, 5 gigs each? If they're regular discs. So it's not that much. Bloody ages to install. Lucky Man says you just described Bob's PC, haha. Bob says good story-driven game, that one. Yeah, it was. Max Payne 3 actually was genuinely a very good story and an enjoyable play. More bloody Sims 2 stuff, family fun stuff. Well, it appears that that's in there. So the kids obviously...
That must be rubbish.
Yeah, that must be rubbish. Kids didn't like that one then. Sims 2 University. Oh, discs in there, that must be rubbish. The Sims House Party Expansion Pack. Is that for the first Sims then?
I think it must be.
Jeez.
I think the first Sims was the best.
The first one was good and far easier to copy. The Sims 2 Pack de Natal. What the hell's that?
You see? Oh, I think that's Christmas or something.
Oh, foreign Christmas.
I bought one.
Discs in there, must be good. Oh look, Monopoly Tycoon again.
Was that the one that was missing the disc though?
So that is... No. Monopoly Tycoon. So what is all that about then? I don't remember ever playing that. It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but Monopoly-ish. 44 unique customizable businesses, from a humble bakery to a chain of mobile phone shops, hundreds of citizens with their own profiles and needs, day and night cycle with shopping frenzies by day and entertainment addicts by night. Starting in the 1930s right through to the new millennium, cars, buildings, architecture, consumer desires change.
Do you think we were too stoner to remember playing any of it?
I think weed is the big problem here. Why I can't remember any of this. I don't remember buying it.
But we couldn't have been stoners when we moved house and cracked it in that box.
Yeah, that's true. Sims Unleashed expansion pack. Oh, that's the animals, isn't it?
Oh, I love the little dog and cat pet
So
shops.
what's that? Sims Unleashed. Sims Unleashed.
If we had pet shops like that here, I'd have more than 4 cats.
Right, so that's a double disc doodah. Don't buy that one.
They might be useful to keep the birds off my cabbages.
Birds. So Sims Unleashed, that's part of part 1. Sims 2 open for business. Why were you buying these things? This is when Catherine must have had issues and was buying stuff on eBay all the time. Sims 2 Bon Voyage.
I wanted them all.
It looks like you almost got them all.
Didn't.
Sims 2 Seasons.
It ran too slow. It's boring.
Oh look. Need for Speed again. Sometimes I just couldn't find the disc.
I think that was the one that George made me play that day.
I don't think it is, because that's an older one. But possibly, I don't know. Oh look, and another Roller Coaster Tycoon, just because we've only got the one. Right. So what is that? That is Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Wacky Worlds. And that is Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 Time Twister expansion pack. The best of info games. So that's not either of that. That looks like a dodgy copy.
That I printed.
That looks like one that we printed. We did that, I think.
We did the Xbox ones in green cases as well.
No, that's actually not. That's a genuine one, but it looks crap. We wouldn't have done it as good as that. But it does look like it's on a really skanky CD. But that is a particularly crap looking label, but it looks genuine. If you know what I mean. But it tastes like ink. Yeah, and that does as well.
Is that the one that
But
fell
how
George's
would we...
body?
Yeah, because like that one says verbatim on the middle bit. So clearly that is printed. But how... It looks crap, but it looks good as well. And I don't think it's a sticker. So how would that have been printed?
Who cares?
I'm boring myself now. It's an original copy. Those are probably legit. And what else have we got here? We have got the classic Counter-Strike Condition Zero, which is basically the first retail version of Counter-Strike. So Counter-Strike went from the early betas up through to, I think it was version 1.6. And then when it kind of went legit, Condition Zero was the kind of like the retail release for those that didn't already have it on Steam, Valve, etc, etc. And I don't know why I bought that, because I'd have had it anyway. And it came with Half-Life 2 as part of the pack. Oh no, that's what it was, yeah. Because Condition Zero was like an add-on that ran on top of the Half-Life 2 engine, So you had to use the Half-Life 2 install disk to get the kind of source files for it. And that was the disk to install it, and that was the one to play it with. God, wasn't it complicated back in the day? O'Reilly says, yeah, condition 0 is CS-source. Yeah. The Counter-Strike betas were great. I do like playing CSGO now in its current iteration. It is quite enjoyable. Although my reactions aren't as they used to be. But they're not too bad. Ordinary Deuce is Light Scribe. It looks a little bit like a Light Scribe, but it doesn't. It feels better than that. I don't know whether it would have been those discs that you could actually print straight onto, which you could buy, and then you could put them into an Epson Photo 700 printer, I think it was. They had like a little CD thing. You could put it in and it would print it and then spit it back out. It does look like it was that. Bob says, was it printed directly onto the CD? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was our Epson printer that used to do it. Let's see if I can find...
Just by itself.
Yeah.
Just decided to print out a load of games.
That's what it was. Sometimes you just leave discs lying around and the printer would just like
Print them and...
auto feed into a CD, and that would be it. And you just like, oh, I've got a CD-ROM. Oh God, it looks like an original. What am I going to possibly do with that apart from potentially use it?
Sometimes you get shouted at my mic for not printing it straight.
Yeah. Chris Arthur says there was an inkjet with a CD caddy. O'Reilly, you're possibly right there. They were diminished because I wasn't puffing away. Oh, you can't play CSGO and stuff like that if you're stoned. It's very hard to do. Because you start looking at like a picture in the background. And you're like, oh. Ah, dead. And it's all over. Aletta says, I actually chose this live stream over the talking based live stream that going on at the same time. What's wrong with me? I don't know. You are a bass head as well. Cool, blimey. That is some strong stuff there. Oktoberfest beer. Polander München, something or other. 6%. It's like special brew. Thank you, William Bodie. God, couldn't even remember your name then. That's how strong it is. Can't help.
What have you got to do?
Put all this shit away.
I can't, I've got a cat on my lap. That Cities XL, I got that, didn't I, from doing something online, like clicking on emails or something.
Oh yeah, you did, yeah. So that is it for the games. I really wish I could get some of these up and running.
Where's Motocross Madness?
Motocross Madness, we never actually bought that. Or Midtown Madness.
But we would do if it would work.
Well, we kind of did buy it a couple of times, but we broke the discs, so we might not have bought it after we broke the discs. Bob says, you know the rules, if you have a cat on you, then you can't move. That is it. Rick H says, Irish death is 7.5%. Okay, where has it gone? There we go. Hello.
Hello.
God, I feel wrecked. That's some good shit.
Play Rex.
Right, let me, what else have I got this week? Right, let's talk about something different, like networking, and that'll wake me up. Can you...
I'll maybe move in the chair with him.
Oh, I'm going to burp. All done. Oh no, I'm good.
Sorry, Flynn.
Right, for those of you that are bored enough to still be here, this week I managed to make a Synology NAS do something which is not designed to do. If you've watched the videos this week, you probably noticed we did actually it was yesterday's video, wasn't it? The QNAP 8-port gigabit, no, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet. Jesus Christ, I'm struggling. 8-port, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet switch. And our Synology NAS, I thought, because it had 2 gigabit ports, I could run them together to make 2 gigabit. Apparently that doesn't work like that. So you have to basically have a 2.5 gigabit Ethernet card or a 5 gigabit Ethernet card. But it seems that my particular NAS, the DS420 Plus, doesn't support that at all in any way, shape or form. So at this point I'm a couple of £100 into Ethernet switches, and I'm thinking there must be a way that I can persuade the Synology to run with a USB network adapter. Makes sense. Apparently Synology, in their wisdom and trying to segregate their products, have basically disabled it, so you cannot install a USB 2.5 gigabit Ethernet switch into their device. So after doing some searching, it appears there is a lovely gentleman who has actually made a driver for the Synology. It does involve a little bit of kind of messing around, so you do have to use SSH if you've not used that before, and kind of go in the back way, so to speak, of your Synology NAS. And you can upgrade it. And I've managed to get it to work, but the USB actual 2.5 gig Ethernets are a little bit kind of hit and miss. So I've ordered a couple to see which ones work. I've got one working already, which is awesome. And Welly Bob, thank you for the £2 super chat. Here's that £1 back and one for free. Thank you very much. Bless you, Bob. Welly Bob. I was going to say your real name then, but I stopped. So I've got the USB adapter to work. So currently, as it stands, the Synology NAS, which officially doesn't support 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, does with a USB adapter. And the USB adapter, I'll show you the packaging for it. You'll be surprised how crap it is. Where's the other one? There it is. So I did buy two. This was the expensive one, believe it or not. And when it turned up in this packaging, I was like, really? Is that all? Like, seriously? You don't get a lot for your money. This was about 25 quid, I think. So I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Plugged it in, it actually worked, so that was awesome. I bought another one as well. This was the dearer one. This one was like 30 quid. And look at the size of the packaging. It's tiny. When that one turned up, I was like, that's not a lot for your money. When that one turned up, I was like, what the actual is going on?
But at least we had a box to put all those games in.
Yeah. But yeah, the Amazon package that they sent was like massive. And take out all the paper inside, is like, oh, thanks guys. Appreciate that a lot. So anyway, yeah, that is something which we're working on. So if data is something which kind of you are interested in, and you've got a NAS where you want to upgrade your network to 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, I'll be honest with you, I was a little bit dubious. It's one of those things that you think, well, I've got gigabit, it's fine. But when you've actually used 2.5 gigabit Ethernet, and then you go back, and it's like, oh, wow. It's like going from broadband back to dial-up. It's a very hard switch to go back. So now I've ended up spending more money. And thanks to the kindness of you lot here on the internet, I've managed to get a QNAP QSW 1105-5T. So this was actually bought by essentially you lot. So thank you very much. Happy early Christmas present. So when you guys were doing all those super chats and stuff last week or whenever it was when our birthday was, this is what I wanted to get at the time, and finally been able to get it. So absolutely awesome. So QNAP actually sent us the 8-port version of this, which is currently residing in the front room. And due to the complexities of this house, which you probably all know about by now, because it's basically 1930s design, solid brick walls, everything is just super solid and difficult to get to. So running 3 or 4 cables under the house into this room from the switch in there is basically impossible. So we've managed to get one cable across, which we did when we moved in, and that cable still works, which is why this is so awesome, because you can use the existing Cat5 cabling. So we've got the 8-port switch in there, which is going to go to Angel's room, George's room, one into here, one into the NAS, one from the router. So we've got 3 ports spare. Yeah, so this is going to be taking care of duties on this side of the room. So Cat's PC, my PC, the streaming PC, and anything else we plug in on this desk, which we've got another cable which runs through. So we've got 1 cable going in from next door and 4 cables going in. So we've literally consumed all the ports on this straight away, which I kind of was thinking about going for 8-port. But the difference between 80 quid and 140 quid for a switch, just for extra ports, which I might use one day, is a little bit extravagant. So I figured, no, I don't need any more than that. I can, if need be, I'll just unplug something. So yeah, awesome. Thank you all. Thank you all. £10 super chat from Stuart Cleary. Says just got back online after running a few extension leads. Might have to get an electrician out today. Oh no.
On Monday.
On Monday?
Have we got any electricians?
Do we have any electricians in the Discord or in the chat who might want to help Stuart do some diagnosis? If so, please get in touch.
Deathstroke helped us, didn't they?
Yeah, Deathstroke actually helped us out with some plumbing stuff. Just some ideas and stuff, and by talking it through, managed to figure it out and save myself a fortune.
Thank you, Deathstroke.
Yeah, thank you, Deathstroke. Rick H coming in $20. Thanks, Rick. More funds to add to new tech goodies. Enjoy, guys. Thank you, Rick. Cheers to you.
Poppy?
Come on, stop making that noise. One day,
Get some oil on
I'm going to clean that thing. Because it's squeaking away like, well, it doesn't sound good. Anyway, so the QNAP switch, you don't get a lot for your money. Let's be fair. But that is the beast. So you've got 5 ports on there, collision detection.
You've had that on the stream for hours.
What's that? Oh, where's my mouse gone? Have you packed my mouse away?
I haven't, but I bet you put it in that box there.
Oh, where's my bloody mouse gone?
That's gone forever.
You packed it away.
I didn't.
I never packed it away, did I?
You must have done. You said.
That's not it, you Wally. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Talk amongst yourselves a minute while we sort out a minor technical hitch. There it is. Calf's got the mouse. I did pack it away in that box. What an absolute idiot.
You were.
Oh, have I turned it off?
It's probably gone off. Go to sleep by now.
Oh, there he is. There's the mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, broke it. Mark Point says, Mike, you need to stop me. I've ordered a ROG motherboard and Asus GPU. Oh, God, stop yourself. Keep yourself away from that Armory Crate software. It's horrendous. Matthew Day says, if you're not all 2.5 gigabit, you could tee a gigabit switch off of it. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I want to try and keep it somewhat practical and reduce the amount of power sockets I've got. Surprisingly, this only got a 12 watt power supply, which is pretty awesome. Cass pointing at me. Says William Bodie says, use the mouse I'd sent you. Oh, bloody yeah, I got that. Where is that? That's on the shelf, ready to do a review, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. It's under here.
It's here.
There it is. It's in the review stack. I can't use it yet. I haven't reviewed it.
You do a big review now.
I did that last time.
La la la.
Anyway, Anyway, so that is the Switch. I'm very much looking forward to doing that. You do not understand how frustrating it is when I've got like a way of working. So when I've finished a project on a video, I then go into the folder and then I move the old files off of my main PC onto the NAS because I don't need them on PC and my NAS backs up my PC. So having literally 20, 30, 40 extra gigabytes of footage to be backed up on my PC is pointless. So every day I move 1 or 2 video files across to the NAS to reduce the load. And a 40 gigabyte file transferring across the NAS at the moment will take probably, I don't know, 7 minutes or so. And I don't like to do other stuff whilst that's happening, just in case it crashes and something goes wrong. So that is kind of 10 minutes of my day which I can't do anything. Which is really upsetting if you're thinking, right, I want to render a project, or I want to do this, or I need to set up the next video, or whatever it is. It's just frustrating. 7 minutes of the day that I can't use. Whereas transferring it with this, I've already tested it with the other one, and I can transfer a file at 280 megabytes per second. That's insane. It's like 3 times faster almost. So that 7 minutes is now kind of 1.5 minutes, thereabouts, which is far easier. 1.5 minutes, I can get up, I can come over here, turn on a PC or put a box away, sit down, it's like boom, it's ready.
Is that what happened to the video for it?
What's that?
Because you nearly didn't upload it.
Yeah, it actually happened.
On that video.
The video I made of that, I actually
Not
lost
that, the other one.
because it took so long to transfer across that I actually forgot that I transferred it across. So I actually lost the video. And obviously every video we make generates us income and puts food on the table. So to lose a video because of like time taken and because it's distracted me from my kind of little weird autistic little cycle that I'm going through is potentially expensive. So yeah, definitely it's gonna pay for itself in time saved anyway. But hopefully, I dread to think actually how many videos I've actually made that I've just copied across to the NAS thinking that I've actually uploaded them when I haven't. There's going to be loads. Mark Point says, I'll keep in mind about the Armory Crate. Yeah, Armory Crate is bloody awful. Absolutely horrendous software. Asus makes some really good stuff, but their software is shit. There's no other way of putting it kindly. It is awful. Aletta says, I like Asus. I have a X570 tough Wi-Fi that's still working fine. I have still got mine somewhere. I've got it down there. I will use it again at one point, but just Armory Crate is... Ugh. The RGB implementation sucks too. Waldo says, Gigabyte's Aurorus engine is crap too. Yeah, I hate to say it. As much as people diss MSI's Dragon Center, I've actually gone back from MSI Center to Dragon Center on my main PC. It actually works better. I don't know how they've managed to do that. Very, very strange. Okay, right, I think we've actually run over time, haven't we? Again, it's supposed to be 2 hours. We've gone for 2.25 hours. Anyway, I think that is going to pretty much do it. We're run out of things to say. And I've got to finish this drink. And if I carry on drinking and streaming, things will get very messy. Very messy. It's very messy business and I'm not going to do it again. Maisie, don't take a shit on games.
She thought she nearly fell through the box.
Chris Takeall says, hi dude, I was curious if you had a YouTube channel from your Royal Mail parcel man. Who's the Chris? From... Oh, was that who turned up today?
I don't know, was it?
Did you deliver some stuff today? That's really... Ugly Pop says, sounds like Johnny Depp in there.
Taking a shit on the box.
That's very, very bizarre. Chris, yes, if it was. if it was you, Chris, thank you for delivering our stuff today. We've got a new processor and some earbuds, courtesy of our good friend. Who I don't know if it should be mentioned or not, actually. Chris says, I delivered one this morning, my dude. Ah, right.
Oh, and I had to sign a dodgy
Yeah.
signature.
Calf done a dodgy signature, so we've never actually received it. So we're going to say that's gone missing. So, Welly Bob, when the claim goes in, remember it was Chris Tackle. We'll put him on there. We'll say he was in on it. He's one of the channel subscribers and we got him in on this conspiracy to defraud Royal Mail. That's how it's going to roll.
We're joking.
Oh dear. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for now. Thanks all for joining us on this Saturday evening. Hopefully you've had a little bit of a laugh and a little bit of a reminisce over some of the old stuff. And seriously, if anybody wants those tuning things, the DAB tuners for the PC for Media Center.
We'll get Chris to deliver it.
Yeah, we'll get Chris to deliver it free of charge. He owes us one now. Now he's delivered to a superstar. Anyway, that's all for now. I've been Mike. This is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. Thank you all for your super chats and your kindness and your ongoing support. We love you all. And we'll see you on Monday. Thanks for watching.